Today's headlines. Tony Elumelu creates $1 million fund to develop Africa's young entrepreneurs. Women's group asked politicians to be more accommodating to women in politics. UNESCO appoints Diana Heyman Adu from Ghana into the Executive Council, and the Zoological Society of Nigeria has a warning for encroachers. Nigeria gets to work in preparation for the FIFA Women's World Cup next year. We have got you covered. Today on EO Reports. Hello guys, and welcome to Fridays with EO Reports. It has been a very activity-filled week, and I hope it has been productive for you and that you made the best use of your time. We're about to make the best use of your time for the next 30 minutes, and we'll kick the show off with the news of the day. It's one thing to say you believe in something. It's another to quite literally put your money where your mouth is. Mr. Tony Elumelu did this when he announced the launch of a $100 million fund as part of his new initiative, the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program. He made this jaw-dropping announcement in Lagos at the launch of the initiative and explained that it was for the advancement of entrepreneurship in Africa, specifically in support of an initial 10,000 new or young businesses across the continent for the next 10 years. The successful entrepreneurs and innovators will also receive trainings and mentoring with the expectation that this will in turn help to improve investment and trade and create more employment opportunities in the continent. The fund is the first of its kind for the continent's young people. According to Mr. Elumelu, the project is a flagship entrepreneurship program of the Tony Elumelu Foundation, which will support 10,000 businesses that span the continent and create over 1 million jobs, while contributing not less than $10 billion yearly to Africa's economy through revenues to the African economy. He added that the first 1,000 startups which have been selected will receive proper support in all important areas and will have assistance to overcome the challenges faced by new and growing entrepreneurial ventures. To improve their success rates, the entrepreneurs will also receive seed capital funding, participation in the Elumelu Entrepreneurship Forum and mentoring, and will also attend individually tailor-made business skills training programs which will run for 12 weeks. More activities are planned during the initiative, which organizers created out of the need to encourage people to come up with ideas that will create huge opportunities for business and job creation. In Mr. Elumelu's words, "I am determined to ensure the next generation of African entrepreneurs have the platform they need to turn their entrepreneurial aspirations into sustainable businesses that will drive economic growth and job creation across Africa." And in Awka, Nigeria, the Development in Practice group has made a call to political parties, practitioners and stakeholders to give more room to women who want to be involved in politics. The head of the organization, Mrs. Ojobo Atuluku, made the call at their Women's Forum. Mrs. Atuluku emphasized that the aim of the event was to achieve improved social, economic and political well-being, as well as better quality services across Anambra State. She encouraged the group's members and other participants at the program to make use of opportunities which come up in politics and urged women to support each other by passing around messages to encourage themselves and others who are of age to participate in political processes. She also appealed to all levels of government in the country to look into issues like the low capacity of poor, underserved and marginalized people, with emphasis on adolescents and women in rural communities. Mrs. Atuluku is quoted as saying, "The progress ratio is to address the urgent need to meet the high level of marginalization and poverty which persist in Nigeria due to poor governance and ineffective services. The sustainable improvements can be achieved by both government and communities' capacity to act by addressing factors that drive ongoing state government's accountability and responsiveness. With elections holding in 2015, this info is really handy." And in appointments, the United Nations Scientific Organization, UNESCO, has appointed Mrs. Diana Heyman Adu as a rapporteur on the Bureau of the Intergovernmental Council of the International Programme for the Development of Communication. The female senior lecturer at the Ghana Institute of Journalism was elected at the 29th session of the Council at the UNESCO headquarters in France. Her chief duties will include the promotion of freedom of expression, both in the media and the public, innovations in gathering and disseminating grassroots media and communication, and capacity building for media practitioners. She will also serve on the Council of the Bureau until her eligibility for re-election in 2016. Mrs. Diana Heymanadu was voted based on her painstaking contribution to Ghana's media. The council meets biannually, with its 8 member state bureau meeting once annually to give assistance to grassroots media projects in different parts of the world. And finally, the president of the Zoological Society of Nigeria, Professor Sonny Onye, has put a warning out about illegal encroaching habits such as illegal hunting, deforestation, and other abuses which endanger the ecosystem and the nation's forest reserve. He talked about the issue at the opening of the Society's 9th annual conference, which held at the University of Ibadan recently. Professor Onye said that the abuse of wildlife only means more problems for humans. He's quoted as saying, "The management of our environment is appalling. Drive around most of the state capitals, towns, and villages in Nigeria. You will be shocked at the quality of life and squalor. We all know our wildlife has been decimated. We are in an era of threatening zoonotic diseases, a good example of which is Ebola." Sounds scary, guys, but it is very true. Caring for our environment begins with us. Don't forget, guys, that you can send us your snapshots for Snapshot Africa, because after all, what it is a picture of the Africa that you live in. With that thought in mind, let's go on a quick break. There is plenty more when we get back. Today's snapshot is a picture of a female taxi driver in Lagos, Nigeria. In the words of the photographer Oluwasozi, she's a typical example of the Lagos hustle, and this hustle does not discriminate. So right, thank you so much Oluwasozi for the words and the picture. If you've missed it the last 9 years, guys, well, you have a chance to make up for it. The experience, that worship extravaganza organized by the House on the Rock Church, is literally around the corner.
I have good news for you, Experience. If you ask tonight, God will answer.
Somebody shout a big hallelujah!
Are there any worshipers in the house? Somebody declare over your life in this atmosphere that this experience is your landmark experience.